get to Abigail Kok from York High School in George in the Western Cape, who is the highest scoring pupil in the 2025 matric exams. Now, her achievement comes as the province posts one of its strongest overall results. The announcement was made yesterday by Basic Education Minister Abigail, who we'll speak to a little bit later. But let's hear from the top achiever for the class of 2025, Abigail Kok. Abigail, it's a good morning to you. You must be really, really excited. And I mean, one imagines that this is all that hard work finally paying off. How are you doing?
I'm doing very, very well. To be perfectly honest, it's a bit of a dream come true. So very much a dream come true.
So that was the plan all along, to achieve as high as possible, to be the best in the country and hopefully take it on from here.
To be perfectly honest, I did not really expect this at all. I suppose the dream was always just to do as well as I could, and it's by the grace of God that I ended up here.
Yeah, let's talk about the pressures as well of the matric year. You're a head girl. You have your ducks as well for the school. It's so much pressure to be able to do this, especially in the era in which social media determines so many things as well. How have you managed to balance all of this out this year, do you think?
Well, I suppose a big part of balance for me was just trying to get involved in as many areas as possible. So for me, sport was a massive way for me to just relax. I played for two first teams, first team hockey and first team squash, and they were a way to just stay grounded. And as a family, we also really love hiking in the outdoors. So that was always a way for me to just remind myself that life is going to be okay. So yeah, balance was very important in that sense. And just the other thing that was really important in maintaining balance is trying not to procrastinate. Social media, yes, sometimes is amazing, especially YouTube Shorts in my case. But yes, just trying very hard to do the work consistently and trying not to waste as much time as possible was a massive part of where I am today.
And I can just imagine, I was about to say that the sacrifices then are massive, which means that any time wasting would probably impact you and affect you quite dramatically as well. What sacrifices did you have to make? What routines did you maybe have to adopt that were slightly different? And of course, with the coping mechanism as well of sports on the side.
I suppose I didn't have too many routines apart from just working consistently. And one of that was on our hockey bus. This is going to sound very cliched, but on our hockey bus, we traveled a lot. And on our hockey bus, I always took my books along and did my homework on the bus because I hate homework. So I very rarely had homework. But yeah, just working consistently was probably my biggest routine that I'm grateful for.
Yeah, I mean, you must have been the one person that everybody looked at and thought, oh my goodness, did she really just bring her books onto the bus? Can't believe it. I mean, there must have been so many people discouraging or maybe looking at you slightly differently as well. How do you face that peer pressure?
At first, I suppose it was strange for people to see the books on the bus, but I love my hockey team with all my heart, and it didn't take very long for other people to start bringing their books along too.
All right, so maths and science, your top achiever in the country here for both of those subjects. That's absolutely massive. What is it that you take out of those into the future, and what is it that you plan then to study or move forward with in your life?
So for me personally, I've always loved maths and science with a passion. I've always loved patterns for the same reason I always loved the Math Olympiad. And yeah, what I plan to do in the future, right now I'm registered to study Actuarial Science at Stellenbosch University.
Oh, wow.
But I'm hoping to shift my degree to data science instead. But for both, the focal area is maths and statistics. So yeah, I'm definitely planning on carrying those subjects through into my future.
Oh goodness, that is definitely just numbers focused all the way, especially when you go to the data science part as well. Let's just talk about the support that you've gotten as well throughout the year, whether it be teachers, parents, your friends, etc., family. How's that been for you?
So my support network has been really, really important throughout my life. My parents, I'm extremely grateful to. They've always taught my brother and I that whatever we do it for ourselves and not for anyone else. And they've always encouraged us that anything is possible if we set our minds to it. My brother, he was a support network in itself because he always reminded me not to take myself too seriously, and I really love him for it. And then my teachers, I'm also incredibly grateful for. I was incredibly fortunate to be in a very good school. York High School had teachers that supported me in everything. My principal, my accounting teacher, my Afrikaans teacher, everyone gave me so much more than just the content of the curriculum. They encouraged me to understand, and they saw me as a person and not just a student, which was really, really special. So my support network, and then I suppose my other thing definitely is I'm very religious. I'm a Christian.
Yeah.
And for me, every night being able to go home and pray, God, thank you for everything, and may I just continue doing my best, and may my best be good enough. That was a really, really important part for keeping me grounded throughout the year.
Oh, that really just sounds so grounding as well. And one imagines that your parents must be absolutely proud. So, are you going straight into studying now? Is there a bit of holiday time, a bit of rest, or is it straight in?
Yeah, no, there's a bit of rest. So I have to be at uni on the 24th of January, and then we move into hostel, I think, on the 27th. So yeah, I do have a bit of rest and a lot of time to sleep.
Oh man, it's going to be a lot of pressure, one imagines, as well at the stage. Let's just talk one thing that you wish you had done differently. I mean, I can't imagine what that would be considering your results here. But if there was one thing you wish you had done differently or could do differently, as almost a piece of advice almost to anybody that is in matric right now, looking for their year ahead and how to achieve as well as they possibly can.
The one thing I would have done differently, it's more of a mindset shift, and it took me a while to get to this point, is I put a lot of pressure on myself in the younger grades. Eventually, I just kind of accepted life itself. But I put a lot of pressure on myself in the younger grades, and my big piece that I would do differently is just to always try and remember that your best is good enough. And honestly, you can't do more than the abilities that God gave you. So that is all you can do, and you need to embrace that and try your best with what you have.
Absolutely, sounds gracious, sounds so good. Abigail, a big congratulations to you. Certainly wishing you all the best for the future, as well as in your studies, whether it be data science or actuarial science, which you start off with as well. A big congratulations. Abigail Kok is the former York High School head girl, also the top achiever in the country for the class of 2025.